Hello, my name is Keith Bailey. I'm a new YouTube user. Please subscribe to me. I'm going to be doing NFL predictions and updates. And today I have my Week 1 predictions. If you watched my videos, I predicted the Denver Broncos and the Seattle Seahawks to go to the Super Bowl. And it starts with Week 1. And so I have my list right here. Start with Baltimore at Denver. I think Peyton Manning's going to have a pretty good game for the most part. The fact that Baltimore has to travel to Denver, high altitude and everything, that's going to make Denver have an advantage. And I think the Broncos win 28-23 over the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens lost a lot of key players. Still, it doesn't mean they're not going to be competitive, but against a quality team like the Broncos, I think the Broncos are going to get revenge for their playoff loss, and I think they're going to win. Broncos are going to go 1-0. Next game, I have the New England Patriots at the Buffalo Bills. The Bills don't have a quarterback. They just put Kevin Kolb on injured reserve, and they cut Matt Leinart. So their quarterback situation is very awful. I have the Patriots winning 31-16. The only reason I have the Bills scoring 16 points is because it is a divisional game, and those games are always tough. They played the Patriots hard, and I think they keep it close until fourth quarter like usual, and then the Patriots just run away with it. Next game, I have the Seattle Seahawks at the Carolina Panthers. Now, don't overlook the Carolina Panthers in this one. I have the Seahawks winning 24-20. I have it close because everyone expects Seattle to do well, and they're anyone who expects Seattle to do well are going to overlook an opponent like Carolina. The Panthers don't really make that much noise, but Panthers have an offense, and they're going to test the Seattle defense. But the Seahawks are still going to win 24-20, I believe. And the next game, Cincinnati Bengals at Chicago Bears. I have the Cincinnati Bengals winning 34-21. I don't think Chicago's really that good, and Cincinnati has made so many changes to their team that I think they're going to be in overdrive, and they're going to win by 13 points. Next game, I have the Miami Dolphins at the Cleveland Browns. This game's going to be rather close. The loss, like I said in my last video regarding the AFC playoffs, the loss of Dustin Keller is going to hurt, especially against a defense like Cleveland. I say the Browns take this one 23-19. It really benefits them that they're home, and I think the Browns go 1-0. Next up, we have the Vikings at the Detroit Lions. I don't think the Vikings are going to win. The Lions went 0-6 in the NFC North last year, and that accounts for half of their losses from a year ago. I think they finally get their first divisional win within the division in over a year. I say they take it 22-14. The Vikings this game's going to be a little closer than the score suggests. It's going to be last minute. It's going to be close up until the end. Next game, I have my first upset pick. I have the Oakland Raiders at the Indianapolis Colts. I have the Raiders winning 20-17. Every single week, people make picks, and there's always 1, 2, or 3 teams that completely surprise you and will take the win, and no one sees it coming. I think that's going to be the case with this one, with the Raiders at the Colts. I think the Raiders do take it, and somehow they take it. And Indianapolis, they came from behind a lot last year. I mean, they had 8 comebacks, so they could have, if they didn't come back in any of their games, they could have easily wound up 3-13. But that's if they don't come back in any of their games. Obviously, you're going to get a team that comes back once in a while. I just don't think it's going to be this week. So that's the first upset pick. I have the Raiders winning over the Colts. Next, I have the Kansas City Chiefs at the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I would say this is a fairly easy pick. I'm going to pick the Chiefs to win 27-10. I don't think Jacksonville's really that good, and Kansas City gets their first win of the season, something they didn't have a lot last year. And they already halfway match their win total from a year ago. And I think the Chiefs start 1-0. They win 27-10 over Jacksonville. Next, I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the New York Jets. The Buccaneers need to get their quarterback situation figured out. I think Josh Freeman, like I said, I think he's going to have not a stellar year, but a bounce back year. I say that Buccaneers take it 23-14. They win by 2 possessions over the Jets. The Jets are just a bad football team. That's all I have to say. And the Buccaneers take advantage of that. They travel to New York and they beat the Jets 23-14. I don't think the game is going to be as close as the score suggests, even if it's 2 possessions. I think the Buccaneers are going to have a pretty big lead. I think they're going to lead 23-7, and then the Jets will. That doesn't make sense. The Jets would go for 2. So whatever the case. Next game, I have the Falcons at the Saints. I have the Saints taking this one. I have the Saints making sure Atlanta doesn't have another streak in which they go 10-0, because the Falcons have done that in recent years twice, as a matter of fact. Say they take it 33-25 over Atlanta. I like the Falcons as the NFC South winner, but I think the Saints will take this one. It really benefits that they're at home, and I just think they're gonna win. That's all I have to say about that. Next game is my team. It's the Tennessee Titans at the Pittsburgh Steelers. I have us losing, fortunately. I have us losing 27-19. We're going to be competitive, but not that competitive. I think the Steelers are going to keep the lead throughout the duration of the game. We might have a lead change or so, but come the middle of the third quarter, I think the Steelers are just going to get the lead and keep it. And I think it stays that way, and I can see the Steelers having the ball kneeling at the end of the game. I mean, the score looks close, but we're playing in Pittsburgh, and besides last year, we've generally struggled against the Steelers, so I have us losing that one. Next game, we have the Arizona Cardinals at the St. Louis Rams. I said in my NFC predictions, the Cardinals are going to lose a lot of close games. I think that's the case here. I think they're going to lose 16-13. St. Louis Rams, it's in St. Louis, and the Rams are going to make some noise in their own stadium. Jeff Fisher's their head coach. The Arizona Cardinals are young. They both have pretty good defenses. That's why the scores aren't really that high. And the Rams take it 16-13. Next game, we have a rematch from the playoffs a year ago. We have the Green Bay Packers at the San Francisco 49ers. This game's going to be closer than what it was in the divisional playoffs, because now Green Bay expects Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick fooled them once. I don't think they're going to fool a team like Green Bay again. I still think the 49ers take it 30-24 in overtime, but I think the Green Bay Packers are going to be competitive in this game, a lot more competitive than they were in the divisional round of last year. So the 49ers win 30-24 in overtime. Next game, I have the Giants at the Cowboys. I think the Giants take it 22-21. I mean, I know Dallas is at home, but anytime the Cowboys get a chance in prime time, they haven't really delivered. And I think that will be the case again in the Sunday Nighter. I think the Giants win 22-21. Next game, I have the Philadelphia Eagles at the Washington Redskins. I think Robert Griffin III is going to make a statement. I think they're going to win 28-13 over the Eagles. I think it's going to be a tough game for Washington. I think they're going to get off to a slow start, but I think they're going to really light it up, especially in the second half. And against a team like the Philadelphia Eagles with quarterback controversy, with a new head coach, new regime, I think that the Redskins are going to take it. And in the last game of Week 1, I have the Houston Texans at San Diego Chargers. Again, I will say this. Earlier in my predictions, I had the Seahawks beating the Panthers 24-20. And I think it's going to be a similar case for the Houston Texans at San Diego Chargers. I think the Texans are going to be tested against the Chargers. I think the Chargers are going to surprise people on how close the game is. I have the Texans winning 24-23. And I have it that close because it is in San Diego. And San Diego, if you get them on a good week, they're almost impossible to beat. They played the Steelers last year and they trounced them. They trounced the Titans, and then they get destroyed. So it depends on the week for San Diego. And I think the Texans are going to win 24-23, and Texans are going to go 1-0, but it's going to be very close. And those are my predictions for NFL Week 1. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, and we'll see you next week. Thank you.